Welcome back to Local 4 Live, everybody. We are exactly 3 weeks now from the primary election in Detroit, and as voters prepare to pick a new mayor, they're going to be narrowing down the pool of candidates from 9 down to just 2. Now today we are diving into a key topic at the center of that race, helping businesses thrive in the city of Detroit. Now tonight, 7 of the 9 candidates are taking part in a forum with the Detroit Restaurant and Lodging Association, the Southwest Detroit Business Association, and the Corktown Business Association. They're going to have kind of an informal discussion so people can kind of hear and get their ideas and their feelings on what these candidates, where they stand on some business issues. So join us to talk about that is Grace Quiroz. She's the owner of American Coney Island. In fact, she brought me a coney. It's okay to have a coney at 8:12 in the morning, isn't it?
Absolutely. Breakfast of champions, so cliche, but hey,
right.
Sorry.
She's also a member of the Detroit Restaurant and Lodging Association. And James Murray, he is with the Southwest Detroit Business Association. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
First of all, let's just kind of talk about the forum tonight. What's the format? How is this going to work?
It's going to be nothing formal or fancy. We're at the Brooklyn. It's from 5 to 7, and the business community and all the associations combined have collectively come up with some questions that we want answered. Okay. What kind of support? What will they do differently than maybe this administration that is right now? Mm-hmm. Will they continue like the small business licensing and push it forward? And some other things that we're interested in that we need to hear about.
Okay, so James, from a business perspective of either existing or trying to get up off the ground, what do you or the business community need to see in the next mayor to help businesses thrive?
We need to see a mayor that will reduce barriers, provide access, and fund programs like Detroit Means Business. With federal fundings being cut, we need strategic plans to make sure our businesses have resources and they're able to reduce barriers, stay open, because a lot of our businesses in Southwest Detroit are legacy businesses, and they have many barriers. So that's what we need to see from our next mayor.
Okay, speaking of barriers, another is a lot of red tape and bureaucracy in any city, regardless of
any city.
What kind of relationship are you hoping that this next mayor will bring so you can try to help businesses, not just your own, but everybody?
Oh, everybody's. Well, that's why we're here. It's for everyone. It's from the restaurant to the dry cleaner to the printing shop to a convenience store to the hotels. It's everyone. More support for the smaller business instead of just the big guys, I'll say, the skyscrapers, which they're great, but we're also a huge fabric of this. And a lot of us were here before a lot of those were here. So just to actually see that support.
It's a very interesting point you bring up too, and that was my next question, believe it or not, is that we have seen an incredible resurgence in the downtown Detroit area, right? But there has been a lot of, I'll say, animosity from some of the outlier businesses that are in the neighborhoods, right?
Yeah.
James is not.
Yes. My businesses say it all the time. Like, we need a voice, we need resources, and resources mean money. We need actual tangible dollars. Like, many of the programs that we get, they're nice, but there's not enough funding, there's not enough meat there. Like, one of the programs we had was the second floor program, and it was really great that the city rolled out, and it was a really great initiative.
What did the program do for you?
The program provided business owners who had storefronts with apartments above them $10,000 to actually rehab those apartments. However, we know what it actually costs to rehab an apartment, and we're very grateful for the program.
That's barely a drop in the bucket.
We're very grateful for the program, right? But $25,000 could have really helped some of our legacy business owners create a great quality housing stock, right? And that's what we're looking to do here, create great communities where people can live, work, and play.
Grace, you're in a very unique position because you're right in the middle. You're on the outskirt of that downtown resurgence, but you're literally physically on the other side of you are the neighborhoods.
Exactly. Well, and this is why we have James Association and Corktown. We all have our own issues, but then there's also some we all have collectively that are the same. For example, something I want to hear about, and I think they need to be prepared to answer. There's something been talked about entertainment tax or local option tax. What is that exactly? We all know the city needs more revenue. We all know. But, I mean, how much more can be put on a small business? A big arena, okay, you're going to put a tax on a ticket, but with a customer coming to me from, I don't know, Oakland County or somewhere else has to pay, we can only take so much burden.
Right. So.
And we need buildings filled. People are not in these office buildings, including city and state people, by the way.
Correct, right.
This is a problem.
Right, right. And that's another great conversation, too, is that we have seen, again, this resurgence. There are a lot of brand new, shiny buildings.
Beautiful.
There's some rehab that's happened, but there's still a lot of vacancy.
A ton of
Not
vacancy.
only in the downtown core, but again, in the suburbs and the outlines.
Absolutely.
There. Should there be more of a focus on that, or do we need to keep our focus on, because the argument is, yes, the neighborhoods are important, but we see more revenue and tax money from the downtown core?
That's a great question.
That's definitely.
Would you like to be there at 5 o'clock? Might have to steal it. I like it. Both somehow.
Okay.
I don't know. They have to
Yeah.
address. Let's start somewhere.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Definitely, because Southwest
Want to
Detroit.
write it down?
Yes. No, I'm going to play it over. Go replay this.
Southwest Detroit is one of the largest places for place-based businesses. We have 1,700 businesses in Southwest Detroit, and there's over 250 along our bid. So we do want people in these buildings. We do want people shopping in our walkable corridors. The question is how we get them there, right? Because downtown is a great place where everybody wants to be, but we need to focus on some of our neighborhoods because that's where we actually live, right? And that's where we need our business. That's where we need our business to come from.
So I don't want to take a shot at past administrations, and I'm not going to name any names, but there have been eras of Detroit leadership that had kind of a closed door policy and were difficult to work with. I think Mayor Duggan changed that and was great, and facilitating a good working relationship with the people on the streets. What do you think, and is that a concern of yours for the next mayor?
They really changed it now because they finally heard us reference the business licensing and permitting, which has been a nightmare for
Right.
all of us who own a business in the city.
Right.
I mean, it took them long enough, and that was still this current administration, but we were finally heard. And Mayor Duggan and Council President Mary Sheffield, Fred Durhal, they all jumped immediately past it. I mean, this thing went lightning speed. It's going to be a whole, I'm not going to get into the details of it, but for us, it was like Christmas in July. Like, it was too good to be true.
Right,
Like, what
right.
just happened?
Right.
But see,
it actually happened?
But it was that
right?
simple. They brought in Marcus Van Koff, and I think I pronounced, he's the CEO of the city, came in, saw what was going on and what the process was, and says, this is ridiculous. What are you doing?
Right.
And I'm thankful to him.
Yeah. So what do you need, or what do you want to tell these candidates tonight about fostering good working relationships then?
Hear us, communicate us, support us.
Okay.
Listen to us. If we put in a call or if we ask for something, pick up our call too, not just the billionaires.
Okay.
Definitely.
We can put the quote on that then, right?
Definitely. Right.
Okay. Again, the event happening 5 o'clock tonight at Brookfield, you said?
The Brooklyn.
The Brooklyn.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And open to anybody. Just kind of show up, but
Show
more
up.
focus on business.
More focus on business.
Yeah.
Any business in the Detroit area, right downtown here in the neighborhoods. Yes, just come on out.
Do we need to
It should be
register, or can we
interesting.
just walk on in?
You just walk on in. If you want, you can register. You can register online too at
Okay.
the Michigan Restaurant Lodging Association, where I'm a board member of, and the Detroit Restaurant Lodging Association. I'm a board member. You can do that or just walk in and register.
Got it. Okay, Grace James, thank you so much for coming in on a Tuesday morning.
Thanks for having us.
I can't wait
Thanks
to see
for
what
having
happens
us.
tonight. It'll be a lot of fun.
Should be fun, right?
It'll be fun.
Thank you.
Actually, our Jason Colthorpe moderated a debate with the mayoral candidates, and where they talked about business. If you missed that, you can watch that debate, which is streaming on demand right now, right here on Local 4 Plus. And as always, click on Detroit.com.